Welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast hosted by Rhodey and Diz. The boys will share their tall tales of the one that got away, as well as some regular segments they know all you fishing tragics will enjoy.
G'day guys and welcome to episode 78 of All the Gear But No Idea. Rhodey, good to be here with you, mate.
Dizzy, always good to be here podcasting, and we got a big episode, Diz, with two big guests.
Yes, we have. We love the double guest episodes, and of course this episode we have got lined up member for Reynell, Katrine Hildyard.
Yep.
Fantastic guest. We're going to get
also
some really good insides there because she's the Minister for Sport and Recreation.
Yep, correct.
We're also going to have Kelly Wise, the skipper of the Salty One, who recently won the Port Lincoln Tuna Comp, and she's going to give us some insights as to where they got him, how they got him, and a bit of a wrap-up of the spectacular Port Lincoln Tuna Comp. And for anybody who hasn't jumped on the page and had a look at the shotgun start, do yourself a favour. Epic viewing, Rhodey.
It is, Diz. Now let's get into our oranges and lemons, mate.
That might even be my orange. Watching the shotgun start of the Port Lincoln Tuna Comp. That was a real highlight.
Good one, mate. It was a good competition, and that probably leads into my lemon. I'm going to mix it up.
Oh, what do you got?
I'm jealous we missed out.
Oh, geez, fair enough.
Would you agree with that?
Probably not cracking this beer so much as well.
Couple of Cooper's Pacific Pale Ale for anyone.
Yeah, shout out to Cooper's.
Getting around us at home.
Sponsoring us.
We do need a beer sponsor. How good with photos and all that from the Port Lincoln Comp?
Yeah, we're going to do a bit of a wrap-up like we said with Kelly Wise, but yeah, looked like an absolute specky weekend. Weather-wise, not so much.
No, it would have been a battle weather-wise on the Saturday, I think, in particular.
Yeah, you definitely would have wanted a nice vessel, but you do fishing those sort of grounds anyway. They get a long way out.
And a lot of the boats were pretty nice.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, good stuff, Rhodey. All right, what was your orange then?
Jeez, I'm all mixed up now.
Lemon?
All mixed up, out of order.
No, we are out of whack.
4-day weekend coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Easter's a great long weekend.
It really is, and it's good that it's early this year.
And I've actually taken one extra day, so I'm having 5 days.
Of course you are.
We're going up the houseboat, going to just pillage a heap of Murray cod. Nah, probably catch a few carp off the bank.
Doubtful. You ain't catch a cod, mate. No chance.
Plenty of yabbies, though. You need to feed yabbies. Bring you home some.
Yeah, not interested, mate.
Bloody old allergies Gillespie. He runs a fishing podcast. He can barely eat seafood.
Oh my! What? Like one little strain of protein that I can't have through two species, and that's it. And that's what you're saying.
Anyway,
Kidding
mate.
yourself, mate.
Crabs and yabbies are great.
My lemon is going to be the power game.
Oh, the Pies.
The Pies. They're the team to beat, surely.
They come crashing back to earth. The power.
Yeah, they got thumped. No good. Anyway, let's move on because we're hoping that they'll give the Crows a bit of a touch-up in the showy.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah, good stuff. Righto, Rhodey, we've got some huge news coming up now because for anybody who's a regular listener, they will know that we have a very, very good Shimano prize pack to be handed out once a month. We're going to continue doing this. We'll mix it up. We'll just give it a bit of flair every now and again, but certainly the last month we've had has been best photo.
Yeah, Diz, best photo goes to, have we got a drum roll? Buzzbox Fishing.
Buzzbox Fishing.
That's their Facebook page. Cadell and Tim.
Yes, of course. I was going to say that is, our good friends of the show, Cadell.
And look, I'm going to give them a few points. They get a 10 out of 10 for merch. Wearing the beanie, the All the Gear beanie. So they won a few points there.
Yeah, they've done a lot of things right, those guys.
Good haul of squid.
Oh, a spectacular haul of squid.
I'm counting. There's 8 squid.
Yeah, good size.
4 Tommies by the looks.
Good size, I think, those squids were, weren't they?
A couple of them were good size, yeah. Yeah, no. So they got them off the planks at Cape Jarvis.
Beautiful.
And we love Cadell getting the beanie out, so that probably tipped him over the edge, didn't it?
Yeah. Points for merch wearing.
So get in contact with us, Tim and Cadell, and we'll sort you out your Shimano prize pack. Everyone else, keep flicking through your photos in the next month and see if you can't win the April prize.
Easter should be a real hot contest of who can send us in the best photos, because there'll be some fishing done over that weekend, mate.
That's it, guys. Keep us in the loop.
Absolutely. Brilliant, Rhodey. Okay, well, without further ado, it's time for the news segment.
Rhodey and Diz have been searching far and wide to bring you the latest news across all fishing in the state, and will give you the rundown on what you need to know.
It's been a big fortnight in the news, Rhodey. We've got a bit to get through. We are going to whip through them because a lot of them are very short updates. The Pertec Challenge is now open to South Australian people. Rhodey?
Yeah, it is. So initially this Pertec Fishing Challenge included every other state except for South Australia.
What?
But I think RecFish and the government have got involved. I think they had to change some of the rules. I think it was about gambling or something funny.
Yeah.
Some sort of prize. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, South Australians are now eligible to enter. So I think that's on the 22nd and 23rd of April.
Yet another good example of RecFish advocating for recos in the state.
Certainly does, and there is some absolute bumper prizes. So there's a whole heap of different species that you can fish for. So I think in South Australia it was the whiting, the bream, the golden perch, the redfin and the European carp across fresh and salt water. And each of those has a $2,500 and a $1,500 mystery length cash prize, plus prizes for first, second and third. Prizes are pretty impressive, Diz. There's a boat, a Stacer boat. There's heaps of other gear. And there's also a $100,000 prize draw just by entering. So you don't even have to catch a fish to win that one.
Yeah, that's epic, Rhodey. We love that.
So $280,000 in cash and prizes total. So jump on the pertecfishingchallenge.com.au to get involved in that one, Diz.
Yeah, love that, Rhodey. Excellent. What else have we got in the news this week, mate?
Diz, we wanted to talk about the Port Lincoln Tuna Comps, but we're probably going to cover that largely coming up. But we will say there were, I think it was there 505 fish released, I believe, Diz.
Yeah, a huge number of fish released. We, as we sort of said in the intro, we've got the skipper Kelly Wise from the Salty one. They won heaviest fish in the Calcutta. That was a lovely prize of about 48K. Second heaviest fish went to Too Slow. That was 11.5 kilos. So about a kilo and a bit behind. That was a great second prize of 13K. Third heaviest fish went to Majestic, 10.8 kgs. A tidy 3.5 or thereabouts grand. And then, of course, like the great work they always do, there was a very good donation to the Variety Children's Charity, Rhodey.
And Diz, look, it's all about catching some fish, but also doing the right thing for the community with that sort of thing. And from all reports, having a bit of fun and having a few cold beers together.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a few cold beers put away. No doubt about it. Whether it be the first night when they do the auction and get the prizes all sorted out, or whether it was on the Tacoma in the middle, probably not as many beers drunk that night. You wouldn't have thought. Everyone's focusing on fishing the next day.
I'd be interested how rowdy the Tacoma gets.
Yeah, I reckon it'd get pretty. There'd be a few pretty lippy people in there.
I reckon we might have a crack next year at the Saturday night on the Tacoma.
And then, of course, the last night it'd just be a blowout, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll book the afternoon flight home, will we?
Oh, yeah, I reckon. Maybe even take a day off, I reckon.
Yeah. All right, let's keep moving, Diz. We've got a kayak rescue at Encounter Bay.
Yeah, not great news, that one.
So this was the afternoon of March 25th, so just gone. 2 kayaking fishermen have been rescued off Encounter Bay after a freak wave sent them overboard.
Yeah, it's a pretty treacherous part of water there, particularly when the swell gets up, if you're not familiar with the area.
So they spent an hour in the water before a nearby boat spotted the emergency and pulled over and pulled them out.
So they clearly got themselves in a bit of a pickle.
They did, Diz, and that's prompted Goolwa Sea Rescue Squadron to warn people to check the weather conditions before going in, particularly in a kayak.
Yeah,
good. Boats are probably one level up in terms of you still should check the weather and all that, but
of course
kayaks are obviously carry that bit more risk.
Yeah, that's right. No, good little safety reminder there, Rhodey. We're like that. Rhodey, I'm hearing of some trailer issues down at Marion Bay.
Yeah, Diz, continuing on with the safety theme, this has been reported to us from a couple of sources. It does happen from time to time, but not ideal, just with people messing with other trailers while you're out in the water.
Yeah, not good.
And this particular example was from Marion Bay. So someone had their hitch clip lifted and all 4 U-bolt nuts on the winch post loosened. So that's what we know of that one, Diz. You do hear of that sort of thing from time to time around all different regions of the state.
Yeah.
But it is just a reminder, give your boat a quick once over before you give your trailer, a quick once over before you put the boat on or off it.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely, Rhodey. It's always those little double checks go a long way.
They certainly do, Diz.
Rhodey, we are going to talk a bit more about this later with, as we mentioned at the start of the show, member for Reynell, Katrine Hildyard. There is a spectacular RecFish SA Fishing Day coming up down at the Happy Valley Reservoir, April 15. Yep,
so is that weekend and then the Pertec Challenge the weekend after. So a couple of big weeks in fishing coming up.
Yeah, throw Easter in the mix there. You're laughing, mate.
It's all happening. So that's a free event. It is for all ages. There's going to be raffles and prizes, free barbecue, fishing gear provided for use. 10 a.m. to 1:30. They've asked you to jump on the website and go on the Eventbrite registration and info pack. So you can RSVP to admin@recfishsa.org.au. And I did hear they've already got over 100 kids signed up.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be a good event. Hopefully the weather turns it on. That'll certainly get a few more people out there. The reservoir's a lovely place to go for a walk and do all sorts of outdoor activities. So it would be one worth registering for and getting down there for a look. We may have some commitments, which we'll talk about a bit later on today, but we're hoping to sort of detour there, aren't we, Rhodey?
Yeah, if we're there, we'll have a crowd.
Okay, last item on the news list, Rhodey, before we do, of course, get our spectacular guests on the line, the snapper fingerlings, Rhodey.
Yeah, this was just a quick little clip that RecFish shared on Facebook and Instagram, and it says just a few more weeks now until these little lads and ladies are off to the high seas. So the Spencer Gulf snapper fingerlings are approaching their release date. So I think they're getting released sometime in April.
Yeah, these are the advanced fingerlings, aren't they?
I think so, yeah. And they're sort of getting pretty close anyway. Yeah. I don't know if we've got a definite date or anything like that.
Yeah.
But good to see something happening in the snapper pipeline.
That'd be down at the West Beach facility, you reckon?
I would assume.
Yeah, love that, Rhodey. Good stuff. Right, good little news segment, Rhodey. Let's move on to the next part of today's episode. You know it.
Now it's time for Rhodey and Diz to really show you what it means to have all the gear with a lot of idea as they review a tackle item of the week.
Oh, yes. You love hearing that screaming drag. You just want to go out fishing when you hear that.
Don't we love the intros to our segments now?
Oh, yes, we certainly do. Good shout, Rhodey. This tackle item is just one that was sort of bit of creative thinking.
We like to have some new products that are released, some big ticket items, and a few basics.
Yeah, we do. We like to cover all bases. That's exactly right. And this is something we absolutely love doing. Getting out, a great social fishing sort of adventure for anybody who wants to get out there. Crab fishing, of course, blueies.
And we did a little bit the other week on York Peninsula with the little babies or toddlers, or what do you call them when they're sort of...
They're babies, they're not toddlers.
One and a bit.
Mate. Yeah, they're babies. And it was good, you're right. And it's not a bad little mission to do with them. And we did get a feed. It was really, it was a nice day out there, all good fun had by all. And what we want to touch on in the tackle segment, because of course
I was going to say this isn't the report.
Less so about what we do on the boat. But when you do go blue swimmer crabbing and you're drop netting for them, you need a bait cage.
Yeah, Diz, and your old man had some good ones, didn't he?
They are great little bait cages.
Tell us about them.
They're sort of little pots which snap clip onto the bottom of the mesh,
the like wire
mesh.
A button almost that attaches onto the bottom of the mesh.
Yeah. And they've obviously got holes in them to release that scent and get those sort of juices flowing for the crabs down at the bottom of the ocean. But You do see it all too common. People just putting a bit of rope in there or a couple of, zip ties.
Zip tie, snap head to the bottom or whatever.
It's just, it's untidy.
You lose too much bait. We were using some pretty dodgy pilchards.
Yeah,
They'd been in the freezer a long time.
Yeah.
And they still stayed in the pot.
Yeah. And like the challenge, the crabs like sitting on the bait pot.
Yeah.
And they like sitting there and gnawing at it. They then protect their turf, of course, when the crabs are really hungry. Another one will come in and then they start. There's some really good footage going around of multiple crabs fighting over bait. So you want to have it nice and sturdy in the bottom of your pot.
We did pull in a Port Jackson shark in one of the pots, which is quite common. And if you get one of them, they'll take the bait completely.
Yes.
Unless you have one of these pots.
Yeah. So get yourself down to a tackle store. Of course, the guys down at Let's Go Fishing have got them there. So get yourself down there or your local tackle store, wherever it might be that you do your shopping, and get yourself some if you go and drop netting for blueies.
Beautiful, Diz. That's a great little tip for all the listeners.
You're welcome.
Now it's time to get our guest on the line. We'll ask them the all-important 5 questions, then chat all things fishing in SA.
All right, Rhodey, we are very lucky to be joined by the member for Reynell, Katrine Hildyard, Minister for Recreation, Sport and Racing. Thank you very much for coming on the show, Katrine. It's great to have you.
Oh, Rhodey and Ditz, it's absolutely brilliant to be here with you and your listeners. Really looking forward to having a chat.
Yes, we've been looking forward to getting you on the show, Katrine, and we're very happy to have made it happen. And we wanted to get started with something that's very close to your heart and close to your local electorate of Reynell, and that's the O'Sullivan Beach boat ramp that's in the pipeline and starting to get moving. Is that right? Can you tell us about that?
Oh, it is very close to my heart too, and I'm absolutely thrilled that after probably about 4, if not 5 years of campaigning as a community, that finally the upgrade is about to happen. And I just wanted to say from the outside, Rhodey and Ditz, that I really have to say thank you to Millsy, who I know we may speak about a little bit later,
yes,
and founder of the Onkaparinga Fishing Comp, and to the Christie's Sailing Club, to the volunteer Coast Guard, to a whole lot of local RecFishers and people from O'Sullivan Beach through an organisation called Sully's Social, who have just relentlessly campaigned to make this happen. I'm really, really glad that we were able to listen to their voices and to invest the money, which means the boat ramp upgrade will begin later next month.
Beautiful. That's exactly what we wanted to hear. Starting next month. Any time frame on when that'll be done, Katrine? Take a little while.
So I'm really pleased. It did, as you know, before the state election, we made that $1 million commitment to add to the funds there for the upgrade. And it obviously took a few months to do scoping and to go through the process that we need to go through, of course, to award a tender. So Maritime Constructions won that tender. They will carry out the project, and I can certainly check on the exact date when it will start. But what we are planning to do is to get community members back together before that, just to talk about sort of that process and how long it will take, and if they've got questions for the contractor or the Department for Infrastructure and Transport, they can have those questions answered. But I am absolutely thrilled that finally we'll be upgrading the existing launching facility, but also adding existing pontoons, making it a much more safe and accessible place for everyone. So really, really happy that it's going ahead, and thank you to everyone in the community that's been involved.
Fantastic, Katrine. It's been a very popular boat ramp this year because the tuna have been swimming around our metro beaches. So This is timely. It's excellent. We're really pleased to see it, and good on you for getting this across the line. We'll look forward to watching that one closely. And you did bring up Mark Mills. He's been on the show with us before. The work that he does is nothing short of amazing. He has won Citizen of the Year, hasn't he?
He has.
For the Onkaparinga Council. Is that right?
Yeah, he has, and rightly so, Rhodes and Dids. As you said, Mark Mills is just outstanding, and I'll get on to in a moment to talk about the Onkaparinga Fishing Comp. But as I was just saying, in terms of a driver from the community around the O'Sullivan Beach boat ramp campaign, he has been absolutely front and centre. He has, gone along to council deputations, to Parliament when we tabled a petition. He's spoken at every single community meeting. He's encouraged others to get involved. He is just very, very generous with his time and his energy. And that is also exemplified in the work he does through the Onkaparinga Fishing Comp. It's now, there's been 17 competitions, and he has literally raised tens of thousands of dollars that all go to the Childhood Cancer Association. And the thing that Mark has done, I think, is that he has, of course, raised money for this incredibly important cause so that the Childhood Cancer Association can, be there alongside families at their most difficult, heartbreaking moments. What he's also done is brought our community together. The thing that I love about the Onkaparinga Fishing Comp when I go is that everyone is there to support that really important cause, but there is such a diversity of people there, and people, enjoying time as a family, fishing, just different groups of people there having a really excellent time for this cause. And I loved that a couple of years ago, I think it was a 9-year-old girl won the competition for the biggest fish, which was incredible. But he's just brilliant. And can I just say on here, congratulations to him. I'm really proud to call him a friend, and I'm just so happy that he has been recognised in this way.
Yes, we were very happy when we saw that announcement, and as Diz said, he's a great friend of the show and a great friend of the fishing community in general. So we're really happy with that as a fishing winner of the Citizen of the Year.
Definitely, and like you said, he's there for all those reasons, what he does in the fishing community and around the boat ramp campaign and in many other ways, but just to bring people together and raise such an incredible amount of money for childhood cancer is extraordinary.
Yes. Now, we want to touch on, we know you're the member for Reynell, but you're also the Minister for Recreation, Sport and Racing, and recently fishing has been recognised as a sport, which I know is something that a lot of RecFishers campaigned pretty hard for, which we were very happy to see. Can you sort of tell us and the listeners what that means and how that can help with some of the active club program grants?
Yeah, absolutely. And you are right. The rec fishing community has been really vocal about rec fishing being classified as an active recreation, because having that classification means that they can then apply for active club grants. So some of your listeners may be aware that the Active Club program has been open to sporting clubs for a very long time, and it provides small grants that enable clubs to buy new equipment, to upgrade, particular facilities. It's not one of the really, really big grants, but it's a grant that happens every year, and it absolutely helps clubs to run programs to buy that equipment that actually means they can get more South Australians active, and particularly more young people active. So before the election, we heard consistently from the rec fishing community in regions, in the city as well, that it would be really helpful if rec fishing was recognised in this way, because then it would enable them to run programs that include more people in fishing, that can enable them to buy some extra equipment for those people that may not have access to equipment. And I'm so proud that on the 15th of March, the first round of applications for Active Club program grants closed, and for the first time, rec fishing clubs were included. So the grant process isn't finalised, as in the assessment committee is still looking at those. But I'm really looking forward to hearing about who wins those grants and how they will use them to, as I said, include more people in what we know is an incredibly important activity that gives people so many benefits.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And there's some sort of friends of the show, if you like, or previous guests, that run some incredible programs that do exactly what you've talked about. Get young people involved, give them an outlet. At the start of our podcast every week, we ask what it is that people most enjoy about fishing, and quite often it is the sort of escape of the rat race, or getting some of that mental health time where they can really concentrate on giving themselves an outlet and enjoying themselves. So it's fantastic to see that. And, we couldn't agree with you more. We look forward to seeing the result of some of those grants as well.
And I was just going to say, just picking up on your point, I know you haven't asked me that question yet about what I love about recreational fishing, but the things that you just said are absolutely right. I think it does give a lot of people time out. There are incredible mental health and emotional health benefits, physical health benefits, just in terms of being outdoors. But I think that peace that many people talk about that comes through casting a line is just extraordinary, and it's an activity that so many people enjoy, that's accessible to so many people, and the more that we can do to support it, the better.
Yes, exactly right, Katrine. We love that about fishing. It's really great.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the things I know I touched on it before, but I hope that through this grant program and through RecFish SA, I hope, and through the sort of conversations we had with them before the election about their focus, I really hope that they can include even more people in fishing and a more diverse range of people in fishing. We want more women to be taking up fishing. We want young people to be participating in fishing. We want people from diverse multicultural communities to be participating in fishing. And I really hope that these grants help more people to enjoy that. And the other part of people doing that, as you know, is that fishing is of such great economic benefit to regional communities. You know, when people go to a regional community to fish, they also, eat at the pub, they stay somewhere, they go to the local tackle shop. They're actually spending time in those regional communities is really, really important. One of the other things that we committed to before the election, and this kind of goes out of my department, our Minister for Tourism and our Minister for Primary Industry and Regions will deal with this particular aspect, but we want to actually work with the rec fishing community to develop a tourism strategy that is about rec fishing and how we can attract more people from more places to come to our regions and enjoy rec fishing, and then provide that boost to regional economies as well.
Yeah, exactly right. It was interesting, the economic survey that was released lately, the report saying that rec fishing's now worth $1 billion, and you put that together with the rec fishing survey saying how both, fishing in general's grown, but women's fishing's grown, and all these things point to, the growth in fishing and, as you say, the impact on the wider economy as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I've just been looking at those survey results myself, and the growth in people fishing is quite remarkable, actually. And that figure of the 1 billion contribution to the state's economy is incredible, and I think also something that we really have to look at in terms of how we continue to grow that.
Absolutely, Katrina, and thank you very much for that. I think one thing we did want to cover off on, and we appreciate that this may not be quite within your portfolio, but any insights you can give us is great. We've covered the snapper fishing situation in this state for a very long time now. And in December, when the announcement was made to extend that ban, there was clearly a lot of maybe frustration, I suppose, might be one way to describe it. But what I think from our perspective has been a very pleasing response to see the encouragement and approach to returning those snapper stocks to sustainable levels. engaging with community and stakeholders like RecFish and others to make sure we get back there as quick as possible has been pleasing to see. So maybe any insights you might be able to give us from that perspective would be good.
Well, I think the thing that aligns with what you said as well, I think all of us want to make sure that we rebuild those depleted stocks. And I think everybody who, including the state government, everybody who is involved in this discussion absolutely has that aim, at the forefront of their mind. So that extension is absolutely all about giving us the best possible chance to rebuild those stocks.
Yeah, it's what we want. Look, we've had enough of the negativity about everyone whinging about the snapper not being here and not being able to fish for them, and we know we're as disappointed as everyone, but we're probably going on that, as you've said, moving forward. Let's look to replenish the stocks and mean that in 3 years when it comes up for a decision again, hopefully it's a no-brainer and it's a definite yes because the stocks have been replenished.
Yeah, and probably the other thing I'd just add to that is to assist those people who are impacted by the continuation of the ban, because as I said, it is really important that we focus on the replenishment of the stocks, but we also want to make sure there is assistance for those people who are impacted, and to help build our understanding of the factors that, will underpin that recovery. Our government did announce at the time of announcing the extension an $8.8 million state government support package, as I said, to support those people who are most impacted.
Yes, that's great to hear. Now, one more thing we'd like to mention quickly before you have to leave us, and that's the Fishing Adventure Day that RecFish SA is hosting on, I think it's April 15th, down at Happy Valley. And that's going to be a really great way of everyone getting involved. And as you've talked about, getting the kids involved, getting all that sort of stuff involved. And we did want to mention Asha from RecFish let us know that there's been over 100 kids sign up for it. And they've also got Kickstart for Kids involved. So that's going to be a really great day.
That is going to be brilliant. Are you two going to be there?
We're going to do our best. We've got a bit of a conflicting schedule.
It might be my wife's 30th birthday that day. But
Can I just say that this is going to be an incredible event, and I am looking forward to being there, but can I highly recommend that you focus on your wife's 30th?
That's not the answer we're looking for.
I did say to Rhodey at some point, while we're on the bus, we're going to McLaren Vale. I said, while we're on the bus to McLaren Vale, we might detour via the reservoir just to check up on things and see how the day's going.
The bus to McLaren Vale sounds amazing. That's the whole conversation.
It should be a good day.
Happy birthday to her, but have a lovely day. It's been so good to talk with both of you, and thank you so much for doing this show, because I think having a discussion about recreational fishing really does help to build more awareness of some of the issues, but also hopefully entice more people to get involved as well. So thank you so much for what you both do for our community through this show.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much for your time. We really do appreciate it. We know how busy you are, and some of those insights and discussion will be great for us and the listeners out there. And we really appreciate you coming on. Thanks a lot.
An absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
That was fantastic to get Katrine on, Rhodey, wasn't it?
Diz, it's always great to get a politician on to sort of hear it from the horse's mouth, direct from the source. Couple of big ticket items down her way. Millsy, big congratulations. The O'Sullivan Beach boat ramp, and then a bit of an update on some of the wider fishing news that's been going on recently.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good, Rhodey, and we do appreciate the time for that. So that's wonderful. And without further ado, Rhodey, let's get stuck in to the fishing report.
Rhodey and Diz have been out on the water to bring you the news about where they're biting. Now it's time for the fishing report.
Rhodey, I would love to say that we've been out on the water chasing the barrels and be able to give people some live updates of how they're going down there, but that's not to be the case. Hopefully at some stage this year we do get ourselves onto a barrel down that way, but they are firing, mate.
Geez, they're going nuts at Portland, aren't they?
They are going crazy.
And that Portland Tackle Shop's a great Facebook page to follow. They put in heaps of the catches that are weighed in.
Yeah, they do an excellent job down there keeping everybody up to speed on who's been getting them and how big the fish are and everything like that. So it is a good one to follow, and there's been lots and lots of posts.
And multiple days where there's been like double figure, 10, 12 barrels weighed in.
Yeah, and certainly lots of reports from people who have been catching multiple fish. You know, I think Red and Lee got
6 or 7
something like that.
And you've got to remember the
Crazy
ones that
number.
are weighed in is only a small proportion. Because how many people want to keep 100 kilo tuna and then keep another one?
Yeah.
You're keeping one max, really.
And like not everybody wants to take a
Yeah.
photo and splash it all over. But
So there's plenty that have been either caught and then released, or just people go about their business, don't want to publicise it. So there must be a lot of fish getting caught down there.
yes. Yeah.
And won't be long before they come across the border to Port Mac.
Yeah, we can't wait for that. And of course, we'll be keeping a very close eye on Wanna Fish because they'll be on our shore.
They will, Diz, and they're still getting fish down locally. We're in a way.
They are good.
We're
little
launching at
segue
Reynell.
into. I've been getting them down there. Still been getting their bag very regularly of tuna, and a very good mixed bag of reefies and the likes as well.
Yeah, Jess,
I
a friend
think,
from work, went out on the weekend and said they got heaps of snapper, good size snapper, and went home with 2 gummy sharks as well.
How good's that?
So great day out. They got the bag of tuna
Yes.
and loved it.
Yeah, and for anybody listening out there, it is perfectly legal for Tice to be doing what he's doing in terms of catching the snapper.
This isn't just Tice, but particularly Tice's Facebook page.
Yes.
How many times do they put up a picture of snapper and someone says, I thought they were banned?
Yeah.
Or you can't take them to arena, and Tice or whoever it is running the Facebook page on the particular charter or whatever, it's generally the charters, has to share the particular rules. They send that screenshot out
Yeah.
saying that as a charter they are allowed to catch them, take them through the
No
banned
catch
zone.
Yeah.
They're
Just have to
tagged, they're
report
put in a
them.
tub, they're sealed up,
Yeah.
and they are allowed to take them back to arena.
Yes. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. Plenty of charter operators, no doubt, doing a similar sort of thing, but all well and truly within the rules. They would definitely get sick of it, but I'm sure they've all got that as a little screenshot and just drop it in the comments.
They certainly do, Diz, all ready to go.
Love it, Rhodey. Another friend of the show, previous guest, Joshy Davey. He's been killing it.
Yeah,
in
he
the
looks like he
Myponga
took the
Resi.
kayak out the other day and caught plenty of callop.
Yeah, they nailed it.
Some good size ones too.
Yeah. No, some really good fishing down there.
And I have
Obviously.
seen, not heaps, but sporadic posts about cod at Happy Valley.
Yeah,
So that's a good sign for the Kids' Day that's coming up.
certainly is, Rhodey.
And that's something else I'd like to get back into again.
Yeah. There were some footballs in there. Some big fatties.
Oh, yeah, definitely, Diz.
Love it, Rhodey. Very good.
All right, now we are going to get on to our next guest, Diz, but they, if we're talking the fishing report, which we're still in,
Yes.
what would you say about the fishing in Port Lincoln?
Oh, epic.
505 tuna released.
An enormous amount of fish.
And
Of
I
course
assume
it
that
is.
doesn't include the ones that were caught and kept.
Well, I mean, even if it doesn't, we're talking not a heap amount of fish kept. Of course, it is a catch and release comp.
But it's a great number, isn't it?
Oh, it's epic. It's huge. It sounds like a wonderful weekend, and that's enough of us talking about it. We really should be talking to people who actually fished it, and we're lucky enough to be joined by the winners. Rhodey, introduce them.
Now it's time to get our guest on the line. We'll ask them the all-important 5 questions, then chat all things fishing in SA.
All right, Rhodey, we are very lucky to be joined now by Kelly Wise, aka the Wise One, skipper of the Salty One, and they had a fantastic weekend at the recent Port Lincoln Tuna Comp. Kelly, thank you very much for joining us on the line.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Beautiful, Kelly. We're very happy to have you on board the podcast, and we should start off by saying congratulations. We're going to hear the whole story of your big win over the weekend just gone. But first off, tell us about the weekend. Tell us about the crew, the boat, where you stayed, what you did, all of that.
Yeah, well, so I got my my new boat probably about 6 months ago, and this is the first ever competition that I've ever been in as skipper. I met my crew on the Tacoma about 2 years ago in Port Lincoln. I was on an all-female sort of charter. Met the girls, so I've got Kerry with me. Shaz from Port Lincoln, and Jin. So there was the 3 girls and myself. And we thought we'd just give it a go. And when we got there, realised that we were the only the one female all female crew.
How epic is that? Now, that is one hell of a way to christen your new vessel. And I'm told from Steve Toomey, one of the organisers, that it's a Haynes Hunter 680 SF with a 225 Merc on the back. Has he got it right?
Yeah. Yep, that's right. So she's an oldie, but she's a goodie. So 1996 hull. We were really impressed at the performance because the weather out there, it was pretty choppy, and we had a few holy moly moments, but no, we did well. The boat handled great, so I was really chuffed with that. Ready for Port Mac in a couple of months.
Beautiful. All right, we want to hear about the weekend. So you told us the weather was a bit choppy. The forecast wasn't looking all that great. We saw the shotgun start on Facebook, which looked epic. Tell us about sort of day 1, day 2. How'd your weekend pan out?
Yeah, so day 1, headed out. Shotgun start was really good fun. It certainly chew up some fuel on the shotgun start. So we got out. We didn't get out to where we planned. Wanted to get out to the cabbage patch, but it was just the weather was just dreadful. Got out to around the back of Williams Island, and that was bad enough. And just fished along there, sort of feeling a bit deflated after day 1. We only had 4 fish. It's tough going. Got back into the Tacoma, pulled in to one of the islands. After the first day, had a nice meal on the Tacoma, a few drinks, slept on the boat the first night, and then day 2 was a fresh start. We knew that we wouldn't be getting the prize for the most fish, so we thought, right, the only prize that's left is the biggest fish. So the girls had actually been out on the Thursday before the comp with from Shane from Tackle World, and he showed the girls a few spots. I was working, so I didn't get there till Friday. So the girls had a few spots. Said they got some big fish out at the cabbage patch. So we thought, right, if there's an 88 there's going to be some more bigger fish. So the current fish was 86 centimetres after the first day. So that was the one that was winning. I knew the girls had been somewhere there was 88, so we said, right, let's head there. And we headed out, and I thought, there'll be loads of boats there. It was, it's 90 k's offshore, so it's quite a journey. And I was thinking, no, we'll be okay. There'll be plenty of boats out there. There was none. There was none. And again, the weather wasn't great, but we persevered. We got out there. We got a few, I think, 84s, and then all of a sudden we had a 3-way hookup.
Wow.
And then that was it. So me and Kerry were on strike. So we got our fish, and then Jin, who actually caught the big fish. She was she was the tag and release and the measurer for the day. And we said, "Oh, Jin, jump on that third rod." And we were like, right, Jin, you just wait out there. We'll bring our fish in. You just wait there. We're like, we'll get ours. We're on strike. We'll bring the fish in. And then Jin starts bringing hers in, and we're like, oh, this looks pretty good. Yeah. And lo and behold, 89 centimetres. We were stoked.
Oh, how good is that?
Yeah, so we got all 3 in, and we hadn't heard, there wasn't much on the radio because there was no one around us. But we started making our way back in. Took me about 3 hours to get back. It was, the wind picked up in the Arvo, and then rolling in. It took us about 3 hours. I think we got back to the marina at about 6 o'clock, and everyone was there, showered and changed, ready for the presentations. We're like, no, wait for us. We've got a fish.
Now, we want to hear what lure did the damage, and were you confident heading into the prezos?
Oh, so we had that thing. Yeah, it was a skirt. It was a skirt that won it for us. just a medium-sized skirt. I think we had 2 skirts and and something else. I can't remember now, but it was definitely the skirt that won us. We got back and, when we were coming back, we thought, we didn't want to get our hopes up. Everyone's a bit, keeps it a bit quiet on the last day. So we thought, nah, surely not. Yeah, we've got an 89. We'd heard 86 was winning it, but we thought, nah, it's been a long day. Surely people have been out and done better. So, yeah, it was in the back of our minds, but we never expected to win it.
Epic and well done. It was Toomey gave us a good wrap up of your day, and he had nothing but good things to say. It all came together. It was the plan, the tackle, the boat, lots of fun, build up, prep, bit of a pre-fish, and then clearly the adversity, tough weather. You name it. He said the all-female crew took it head on first and won. So that was a really great wrap-up, and sounds like it sums it up. But we must ask you, there must have been some funny stories. When you go through a weekend like that, there's always a bit of fun happening. There must be a bit of a story that you can tell us and the listeners out there of your weekend.
Yeah, definitely. There was a few. I always I've only been fishing 3 years, and I went out and bought my first boat, which was a 5 meter bar crusher, and then got a bit of a taste for catching the big fish, so I wanted to get out to the islands and upgraded. But when I first started boarding, I think I've done everyone tells me, everyone goes through this, but I always think, right, this surely is the last thing that can go wrong. I've dropped the trailer,
wishful thinking, I reckon.
I've left the bungs out. I've took off with the anchor down and wrapped it round the prop. Every time I do something, I think, Kelly, right, that's got to be it now. There can't be anything else. And sure enough, we're having dinner on the Tacoma on the Saturday night, and just getting another pirate life out the esky, and all of a sudden someone's like, Kel, is that your boat? And sure enough, my boat's just sailing past the Tacoma, gone off anchor, and anchor was dragging.
Didn't let out enough rope.
Yeah, didn't let out enough rope. So there's another one to add to the list. But you know what? It's all learning.
And was it a great night on the Tacoma and the night before and after? Tell us about the social side. I know it sounds like it's a great sort of camaraderie between the boats.
Yeah, definitely. The whole, Steve and Ash, who run the show, they did an awesome job this year. Even, from the skipper's briefing, that's good fun with the Calcutta. Meeting up. Everyone goes back on the Saturday night after the first day out there and meet up, have drinks. And then, they wind up on Sunday. And, there was plenty of drinks going around on Sunday. Plenty of shots. And I've met heaps of people, like the people of Port Lincoln, so welcoming. And it was, I just love it. I can't wait to do it again next year.
Yeah, excellent. That was it's certainly on our hit list because we were disappointed to miss out on it. It does look like an epic weekend and really some obvious highlights. Tell us where you ended up anchoring. Do you sort of stay in Memory Cove? Is that where you stay, or where do you go?
Yeah, it was I think normally in previous years they've been at Memory Cove, and I can't remember the name of the island.
All good. Now, you must be very thankful for the organisers, the sponsors, the whole crew that got involved. It sounds like they've done a ripping job.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I said in my the winner's speech that I went there. I was hoping to get there was some Garmin vouchers. I was hoping just to get them because I needed a new sounder. But I guess I can buy the new sounder and a lot more now. So
you can. Have you got something in mind for the winnings? You're gonna buy all the gear and go again next year?
Yeah, I think I've spent my share of the money about 3 times over. I'm thinking, a new Minn Coda, new clears, obviously new sounder. And then I'm thinking, Kelly, be sensible. Your daughter's going off to university next year.
Money can disappear on a boat pretty quickly, can't it?
It certainly can.
Yeah, what is it? Boat bring out another 1,000. So
yeah, I'm learning that.
And you've locked in for next year. You've got the dates in the calendar. You're going to go the same crew, go for 2 in a row?
Yeah, absolutely. Fish with the same girls. Jules is our 5th crew member. Unfortunately, she couldn't get there for work reasons, but she'll be the salty ones down to Port Mac next in May. So we'll head down there with the girls, and we'll just give it a go. You got to be in it to win it.
All right. Well, we're not getting to Port Mac this year, but we're pretty keen on Port Lincoln next year, so we might come and give you a run for your money.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you don't have to worry about us.
I was going to say, you won't need to worry about us. We'll be no chance. Kelly, you've been very generous with your time. Thank you for a wrap-up of the comp. Sounds like an epic weekend you've had. Congratulations once again. We look forward to seeing what the salty one gets up to next.
Yes, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kelly.
See you now.
Dizzy, what an absolute pleasure to have a second guest, have a great up-to-date report of the Port Lincoln Tuna Comp. And while we did like hearing about that, it made us a bit jealous, didn't it?
It certainly did, Rhodey. That'll be one that's locked away in the calendar for next year, I would have thought. And I just really, I want a bit of Kelly's fishing karma. First trip in her boat.
Oh,
I've won the comp.
Yeah, it doesn't quite seem fair, does it, Diz?
Epic, mate. It's epic.
But good on them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to be in it to win it, don't you?
They do. They did tackle adversity, like we said.
Only female crew. Well done.
Yeah, they went out. They had a plan. They stuck to it. They nailed it. Very impressive, and a huge congratulations. So, Rhodey, that was a great episode, mate. Where can the listeners find us?
Diz, Spotify. What's the other one? Apple Podcast. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, look, I understand that you're stumbling over your words, mate, because you can find us everywhere.
And I'm not the best with technology, let's be real.
You're hopeless with it, mate.
Anyway, what I am good at is the Instagram feed, Diz.
Yeah, you're not bad, not bad.
We've got plenty of Instagram and Facebook photos coming your way.
Yeah. And we hope that they're coming back our way too, Rhodey, because like we talked about, we've given away a lovely Shimano prize pack and we've got plenty more of that to come. So if you're catching fish over Easter, if you're out in the great outdoors, send us your photos and you'll put yourself in the running for the April prize pack. Love it, Rhodey. Great to chat to you. Always love those double guest episodes.
Diz, it's been a pleasure, and let's look forward to episode 79. We've got another big guest coming your way.
Absolutely. Cheers, guys. We'll see you next time.
Rhodey and Diz hope you enjoyed today's episode of All the Gear But No Idea. Keep up to date by liking and sharing us on Facebook and Instagram. And you can subscribe on all the major podcast platforms. Until next time, good luck fishing.